Act 1. The first time. People see him. Most people don't go looking for the Hatman. They see him when they wake up in the middle of the night and realize something is wrong. The room looks normal. The bed feels normal, but the body won't move. That's when they notice him. A tall figure standing near the bed or in the doorway, completely black. No facial features, no reflection of light, and always wearing a hat. A wide brim, clear shape. Impossible to mistake for anything else. People don't usually scream when they see him. They can't. Their chest feels heavy. Their breathing slows. And even before they understand what's happening, they feel it. The certainty that the figure knows they are awake. Hey, this is The Tales Keeper. I notice you haven't subscribed yet, and you are just taking a quick peek into this creature tales, or should I say some urban creepy stuff. I would just like to say, why not just click the sub button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss anything. Your support means a lot. Now shall we continue? Act 2. What the Hatman actually is. The Hatman is commonly grouped with shadow people, but many believe he is something separate. Shadow figures appear in many shapes, but the Hatman appears the same way across cultures, ages, and countries. Tall, dark, broad shoulders, wide-brimmed hat. People report seeing him during sleep paralysis, but that explanation does not fully cover the phenomenon. Some encounters happen when people are fully awake. Others happen during grief, illness, extreme stress, or after vivid nightmares. What makes the Hatman different is not how often he appears, but how consistent he is. Thousands of people describe the same figure without ever hearing about him beforehand. That kind of consistency is rare. Act 3. A common bedroom incident. 1. One of the most reported incidents goes like this. A person wakes up suddenly in the middle of the night. Their eyes open, but their body does not respond. The room feels darker than it should. The air feels heavy. Then they see movement. At the foot of the bed stands the Hatman. He does not rush forward. He does not react. He simply stands there, watching. Some people say he slowly leans closer. Others say he tilts his head as if studying them. A few report glowing red eyes, but most say his face is just an empty void. The encounter ends when the paralysis breaks. The person gasps for air. They sit up. The figure is gone, but the fear stays. Act 4. Encounters outside the bedroom. Not all Hatman encounters happen during sleep. Some people see him standing at the end of a hallway while walking to the bathroom at night. Others see him watching from a doorway during moments of extreme emotional stress. Children report seeing a dark man with a hat standing in their room who disappears when the lights turn on. Adults report seeing him while fully awake during periods of depression, illness, or exhaustion. One common detail appears again and again. He never speaks, he never chases, he never touches. He watches. And the longer he stands there, the stronger the fear becomes. Act 5. Why he feels intelligent. What separates the Hatman from a simple hallucination is the sense of intent. People don't just feel scared, they feel observed. Many describe the feeling that the Hatman is aware of their thoughts, that he knows they are frozen, that he knows they cannot escape. Some people say he returns multiple times across years. Others say he appears once and never again. But almost everyone agrees on one thing. He does not feel random. The encounter feels deliberate. Act 6. Theories that try to explain him. There are several explanations, none of them fully satisfying. One theory says the Hatman is a product of sleep paralysis and the brain projecting fear into familiar shapes. Another suggests he is a shared archetype, buried deep in the human mind. A darker theory suggests he is a shadow entity that feeds on fear and appears when people are most vulnerable. Some cultures describe similar beings long before modern psychology existed. Tall watchers, night figures, silent observers who stand at thresholds. The question isn't whether the brain can create something like this. The question is why so many people create the same thing. Act 7. Why the Hatman is so terrifying. The Hatman does not need to attack to be frightening. He does not scream. He does not threaten. He does not move unless he chooses to. He represents loss of control. The moment when you realize something is in your space and you cannot react. He looks human enough to feel familiar, but wrong enough to trigger fear. The hat gives him personality, identity, purpose. He looks like someone, and that is what makes him unforgettable. Act 8. What happens after the encounter? Most people never forget their Hatman encounter. Even years later, they remember the exact position he stood in, the shape of the hat, the silence of the room. Some people avoid sleeping in the dark afterward. Others feel watched in quiet rooms. A few report seeing shadows linger longer than they should. Whether he is a psychological phenomenon or something else entirely, the effect is real. People don't walk away unchanged. And once you know what the Hatman looks like, you may start checking the corners of your room just a little more carefully. Thank you for watching this entry in the Dark Creature Files. The Hatman remains one of the most reported and disturbing shadow figures in the world, appearing across cultures, ages, and generations. If you have seen him, you are not alone. Stay aware, stay cautious, and I will see you in the next file.